Hello and welcome to Learn with Hema's class. So my dear students, on popular demand, I have come up with the question and answers of Oliver Asks for More from grade 9 ICSE board treasure chest short stories number 2. And these question and answers are from Evergreen Workbook. So quickly we will start, but before that one small request as I always do is that please if you are not a subscriber of my channel, please do subscribe my channel Learn with Hema and also do share with your friends. Thank you in advance. So come on, let's start with MCQ from the Evergreen Workbook. Where was Oliver Twist born? Options are in a private clinic, in the workhouse, in a park, in a discarded building. So the correct answer is option B, in the workhouse. Second question. Oliver's mother pressed her cold lips to his face and then option A smiled, option B began to weep, option C fell back and died, option D went to sleep. So the correct answer is option C, fell back and died. Third question. The doctor raised the dead woman's left hand and commented that she had no ring on her finger. What does this mean? Options A. She was very poor. B. She wasn't fond of jewelry. C. She wasn't married. D. None of the above. So the correct answer is C option. She wasn't married. Fourth question. To the orphan boy, the name Oliver Twist was given by dash. Option A. Swabble. Option B. Unwin. Option C. The old woman at the workhouse. Option D. Mr. Bumble. So the correct option is answer D. Option D. Mr. Bumble. Fifth question. The bowls in which soup was served to workhouse boys never needed washing. Why? Option A. They were made of glass. Option B. They were made of bone china. Option C. The boys cleaned them with their spoons. Option D. All of the above. So in this, the correct option is C. The boys cleaned them with their spoons. So sixth one. When Oliver asked for more soup, how did the master react? Option A. He was pleased. Option B. He was utterly surprised. Option C. He shouted at Oliver. Option D. He started beating Oliver. So the correct answer is option B. He was utterly surprised. Seventh one. Oliver was shut up in a dark room. He remained a prisoner for dash. Option A. A whole week. Option B. 5 days. Option C. 6 months. Option D. 24 hours. So the correct option is A. A whole week. Eighth one. The soup disappeared quickly. Why? It was very tasty. B. The boys were very hungry. C. The quantity was not enough. D. All of the above. So in this the correct answer is B. The boys were very hungry. Ninth one. How much money was offered to the person who would take Oliver Twist? A. 10 pounds. B. 5 pounds. C. 1 pound. D. 4 pounds. So the correct answer is option B, for 5 pounds. 10th one. What was the profession of Mr. Sowerberry? He made dash. So options are A. Buildings, B. Utensils, C. Coffins, D. Shoes. So the correct answer is C. Coffins. Now let's quickly come to the passages. So this is the first passage. Among other buildings in a town, up to see the child and die, she said. So this is the passage from start to end from the workbook, Evergreen Workbook. And here's the first question. Who lived in the workhouse? The poor people did not have any money. They did not have any place to live in. Such type of people lived in workhouses. How were the babies born in workhouse named? The babies born in the workhouse were named from A to Z. The last one was named Swabble. The present one was named Twist. And the next one would be Unwin. Who were present in the room where Oliver was born? Oliver's young mother was lying ill in the room. There was also a doctor and an old woman who was standing by her side. The baby's mother wished for 2 things. What were they? First, she wanted to have a look at her newly born child. Secondly, she did not want to live anymore. These were her two wishes. How did the doctor react to one of the wishes? The old woman reacted by saying that she was too young to die. The doctor put the child in the arms of the dying mother. The doctor put the child in the arms to where she was going to. This is the next passage. Who is she referred to in the first line? What wish had she expressed earlier? So this passage is already there in your workbook. I have just given the first and last line. So here's the question. The answer to this question is, she referred to in the first line is the dying young mother. Earlier she had expressed the wish that she did not want to live anymore. Next question. After kissing the baby, the woman fell back. What happened to her? What do the words poor dear indicate? After kissing the baby, the woman fell back dead. The words poor dear convey the feeling of pity and sympathy for the young unwed mother. What was the doctor told about the baby's mother? The doctor was told that the baby's mother was brought to the workhouse the previous night. She was lying in the street. Nobody knew where she came from and where she was going. Looking at the dead woman's ringless hand, what did the doctor conclude? When the doctor looked at the dead woman's ringless hand, he easily concluded that she wasn't married. It was the usual story during those days. What did the old woman do when the doctor had gone home for dinner? When the doctor went away for dinner, the old woman sat in front of fire, took the baby in her lap and dressed it in very old clothes. Such clothes were used for those babies who were born in workhouses. Now it's the third passage. No one was able to discover a small piece of bread till here. Okay, what were the organizers of the workhouse not able to find? The organizers of the workhouse were not unable to find out who the baby's father was. They did not know even the name of his mother. Who was Mr. Bumble? What did he do for the baby? Mr. Bumble was an important officer in the town. He invented a name for the baby. The baby was given the name Oliver Twist. Who are we mentioned in the passage? How did we name new babies? We mentioned in the passage are the important persons of the town. They named the new babies in order from A to Z. How did Oliver look at the age of 9? Why did he look thin and pale? Oliver looked pale, lean and thin at the age of 9. He looked so because he was underfed at the workhouse. He also didn't have warm clothes to cover his body. What was the usual food of workhouse boys? What special thing was given to them on Sundays? The usual food of workhouse boys was thin soup thrice a day. However, Sunday used to be a special day when they received a piece of bread each. Now this is the fourth passage. The master hit Oliver with his spoon. 2 were offered to anybody who would take Oliver Twist. The first question of this passage is, why did the master hit Oliver with his spoon? The master hit Oliver with a spoon because he had asked for more. In fact, they were not permitted to do so. Whom did he call for help? What did that person do? He called Mr. Bumble for help. Hearing that Oliver had asked for more, Mr. Bumble took him away and shut him in a dark room. He asked for more. In which tone is this sentence spoken? Why? This sentence is spoken in a ridiculous tone. It is thus spoken because it was quite unexpected of any boy to ask for more. The boys were expected to be satisfied with whatever little they were given. What did the notice on the gate of the workhouse say? The notice said that 5 pounds would be given to anybody who would take Oliver Twist. What working impression do you form of the working of the house? The boys in the working house were treated very badly. The housekeepers, like Mr. Bumble, were very callous. They exploited the boys. Nobody was expected to raise the voice against them. Now this is the fifth passage. The usual story, he said, had no love or pity for him. So first question from this passage is, Who is he referred to in the first line? He referred to in the first line is the doctor who was present by the side of the young woman when her son was born. She was lying ill at that time. What does the absence of ring on the finger show? The absence of ring on the finger shows that the young woman was unmarried. Her partner had deserted her at the crucial time. When he had gone home, what did the old woman do? When he had gone home, the old woman sat down on a chair in front of fire. Then she began to dress the baby. The newly born baby was dressed in dash. The newly born baby was dressed in very old clothes used for babies who were born in the workhouse. This is a complete the following sort of thing. What light does the last line throw on the society of that time? The last line shows the society of that time in poor light. The affluent section of the society didn't bother about the poor and the destitute. They had no sympathy for these people and thus they openly flouted the Christian values. Now last passage. Oliver was a prisoner in that cold dark room. People who died in the workhouse. This is start and end of the passage. So the first question. What had Oliver done that he was put in prison? Oliver had mustered up courage to request for more soup as he still felt hungry. He did so at the behest of all the boys in the workhouse. Next, why did Mr. Bumble beat Oliver in front of everybody? Mr. Bumble beat Oliver in front of everybody so that it would be an example for them, then nobody would dare ask for more. Why could Oliver not sleep at night? Oliver could not sleep in the darkness of the room at night. He was cold, lonely and frightened. Moreover, the stick wounds would not let him sleep. How did Mr. Sowerberry earn money for a living? Mr. Sowerberry was a lean and thin fellow who wore black clothes. He earned money by making coffins. What information did Mr. Sowerberry give to Mr. Bumble? Mr. Sowerberry informed Mr. Bumble that he made coffins for the two women who had died in the workhouse the previous night. So thank you @LearnWithEmma07. Here I end the question answers for Oliver Asks for More from Short Stories Treasure Chest Class 9 ICSE Board. So that's all for today. Thank you and please do stay safe, stay secure. Bye-bye.